What's up, guys? What's up? The hair? Yeah, got them done last week, so it's been in for a week and a couple days. So
Was it your call or was
it was
it
my call. My hair was outrageous. So um, I thought if I didn't braid it, or if it wasn't long enough, that I just cut it. So thought I'd just get it braided.
your teammates' reaction to the new look?
Hmm.
Your teammates' reaction to the new look?
Shit, they love it. My teammates love it.
Do anything else over the bye?
Yeah, got to work out, spend some time with my family, spend some time with Ace. That's really all it was. We got to go to church, you know, so that was really good.
Too curious if just becoming a father, has anything from that helped you become a better football player?
Um, I think it's helped me in a lot of aspects in my life. It's helped me with uh, how I see things, how I respond to things. I would say how I've matured. Being a father, your outlook on life is totally different. Um, you have more of a feel towards kids. When they come up to you and they say, "Hey, Tua, can I get a signature? Can I get this?" How I would have looked at it then is totally different from how I would have looked at that now, because in this world everything comes full circle. There's going to come a time where my son's going to grow up and he's going to idolize someone that plays football in the NFL, and I'm sure it's not going to be me, but he's gonna want to have a picture, and just having that perspective of it. Everything goes, what goes around comes around. So, can I say it doesn't help me? I don't know. Being the football player that I am, I don't know, but I think being a father helps me in how I am as a person on and off the field, becoming better and growing in maturity in that way.
So in the preseason we had tattoo sleeve to now we have cornrow to. Is there just like a new level of self-expression that you're finding?
Not really. Just trying them out. Obviously not my tattoo because that's permanent, but just trying to see what this what this is with my hair. So that's it.
The Twitter's already kind of ablaze. They think you look like Drake.
Oh, don't show that to my wife.
Devon Achane back this Sunday. What would that do for the offensive unit?
Well, we've all seen the things that he's done for our offense. While he's been in, he's an electric player. He's phenomenal. He understands the game. He understands where he goes. He understands his assignment. So it's going to be good. And it's not just him. We got a lot of other guys that are, starting to get healthy again, and hopefully are going to see the field this weekend.
Across the NFL, scoring is down. I think it's at its lowest since 2000.
Say what?
I said across the league, scoring is down. I think it's at its lowest since 2017. But you guys have kind of been able to kind of look the trend. What would you attribute that to? Because there's kind of been a change in defensive styles. We're seeing more too high, and we're defenses are stopping the deep passes and whatnot. But what would you credit this success to with your offense?
I would credit that to everyone on our offensive staff, starting with the head man, to Frank, to our coaches, position-wise, and then everyone buying in on the offense. I mean, none of that could be possible if we're all not bought in. So it's an effort of everyone, all 11 guys, making this offense come to life. Because if you look on film, a lot of what we do with our actions and whatnot, we can't go and find that film from another team, because no one's necessarily running the top actions that we run as much. So it's really all based off of the training, the fundamentals, the techniques that we've been going over every week in practice, and going out and trusting what you see and executing that.
Without even playing last weekend, you guys opened up what's now a 1.5 game lead in your division. How important is it to you to be a division champion as opposed to going into the playoffs as a wild card?
Yeah, it's important for all of us. It's not just important to me. It's important for all of us to win our division. Um, you know, in order for us to win our division, we got to start with this upcoming game. So we can't worry about what happened with anyone else in our division. We got to look forward, and our next opponent is the Raiders. And it's one of those things where we're all in this together. We all have to be in this together in order for this thing to go where we know it can go and where we want it to go.
So is winning league MVP at all consideration for you? Is that at all,
Sorry, say that again?
winning league MVP, is that a goal for you? Is that a consideration at all for you? Is that something that enters your mind?
Brother, I just want to help our team win the Super Bowl. I think that would be the greatest deal. When everything's said and done, no one can take that away from you.
I want to ask you about the defense. Obviously, there's a lot of guys over there that are getting healthier and seen them take strides in the past few weeks. I'm curious what you've seen or noticed improvements or anything like that going against them in practice.
Yeah. I think for me, the biggest thing is I see a lot of guys flying around. There's a lot of accountability that has been going on since, training camp with guys, communicating, and sometimes the communication wasn't right. And sometimes the conversations between defensive guys, it's not always pretty. And so for them, like to be able to have seen how hard they've worked throughout, training camp and whatnot, to see everything starting to come together for those guys, I think is a really, really empowering thing to see for us offensively, but as a whole, because, the defense knows when we get the ball, we're able to get things going, and we know, hey, if we get stopped, that we can trust our defense, and they'll get us the ball back.
So what do you see when you watch the Raiders tape? What would you say their defensive identity is?
Well, I think the thing they do really well is they play together, obviously. If you look at the past two games that they've played in defensively, they look really good. 98, Max Crosby all over the field. If you look at his film, no straggling from that guy. You can see why he's talked about the way he's talked about. Got a lot of respect for him. I think that's someone that we're going to need to keep our eye on. And they got good guys in the defensive ends or in the backfield. It's not to sleep on. It's not a team to sleep on, and we got to be ready for whatever they have to throw at us.
Timing is such a big part of this offense, and one way defenses can disrupt timing is applying pressure. Although you've been kept clean a lot of games, what are some of the things you and the offense can do when opponents are applying pressure to you?
Yeah, is understanding who our hot guy is. We have many plays where a lot of what we do, our timing beats the pressure. And so when it is, a look where we don't have time to re-ID or we don't have time to flip the protection, we got to be on our P's and Q's on understanding what you have to run, what you have to run, and the timing of the play. So that's what I'd say.
Coming off the Germany trip a couple of weeks ago, it must be sweeter than ever to be back at Hard Rock. You've answered this in some different ways this year so far, but 16-2 over the last 18 games at Hard Rock Stadium. What is it about that environment those are incredible? That's an incredible record.
Yeah, for one, it's our home. We've been able to play there for a good amount of games. We understand what the grass is going to feel like. I know that all sounds silly, but every little thing, in the NFL, has a game-changing difference in winning and losing and things like that. But I also think just the fans that we have. The fans have gotten louder and louder, over the years since I've been here, and so I do think that that has helped. But it's always fun to be able to play in front of your hometown crowd.
So we're going back to the timing for a second. I know you've been unloading the ball in 2.2, 2.3 seconds a lot of the time. I wonder have you at all worked with Dan? And he was so known for that quick release. Have you and he worked together on any of that at any point?
I never got to work with Dan out on the field, dropping back and whatnot. But I've been able to gain some wisdom from Dan when he is in our meeting room. We ask questions, not just me. How would you read this? How would you look at this? And Dan gives his insight. The cool thing with Dan's just very blunt. And like Dan always tells me the same thing. And it's the same thing that he's told me since I was a rookie. It's like pick a guy and, let it fly. So that's it.
Tua, back to the cornrows.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, any inspiration there?
Allen Iverson?
Yeah.
Man, no AI inspiration, but dude's a baller. Got a lot of respect for him. It was just one of those things where my hair was just wild, and I wanted to see what I could do with it. If I couldn't do anything, I was gonna chop it off. But Drake, I don't know if I look like Drake. Drake?
Can you rap?
Kiki.
Wifey likes it though?
The wifey likes it. She loves it. Got to get her redone before the game. Thanks, guys. All right.